vibrational energy, yeah, we crazy than a motherfucker. I'll be the first one to admit that, because I don't lose my perception of how we seen it three-dimensionally. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I recognize I got a higher perception than that low vibrating ass bullshit.
Yeah, that
So
ain't
when
got
my
shit to do
emotions
with
is
you.
in context, now I gotta say, why am I, okay, why do I give a fuck about George Floyd more than I do my 22 other homeboys that then died over the last 2 years, where I want to go out and tear some shit up,
Or the kids. See,
right?
that's what I
I
made a
mean, like,
post yesterday about the babies. Like they've been shooting kids down. That's my thing. You know, Tamar Rice was running away, the 12-year-old in the park. See, if we gonna tear shit down, you go ride for the babies. You know, not a grown ass motherfucker that can't defend themselves. I'm gonna ride for these kids who can't for them.
you know, the red flag for me is all these motherfucking black people dying, and they pasting this shit everywhere. And everybody is in prime camera position to get the best fucking footage you could possibly get in the circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nobody stopping the police from doing shit. They still
At
sending me
all.
videos of shit going on right now. I'm like, and they still standing around telling the police you're not gonna kill a motherfucker while they killing the motherfucker.
Crazy. And that's what I said. You know, that was one of the things that kind of was, you know, like, this don't seem real because if I see somebody getting choked out, I don't give a fuck if it's the police, if it's a neighbor. You're not gonna kill somebody in front of me. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have that on my heart.
You know what? I done
At,
been around police. I done been around police when they do that shit, and like, I ain't got no fucking S on my chest. I don't got no superpowers flying around. But if I see the motherfuckers doing something wrong, I'm like, hey man, you can't do that to that motherfucker. Get the fuck up off of him. They do it. You know what I mean? Because they don't want, if the shit is real, they don't want witnesses, one. Police
facts.
ain't dumb. They don't want no fucking witnesses. They not gonna do this shit knowing that you standing there videotaping them. They
And
don't
you can
want
kill them.
nobody to be, and they don't want nobody to be a witness to their dirt. The
Nah,
police
they don't.
normally do their dirt behind the scenes. You know, anybody from Detroit, Chicago, New York, Atlanta,
We
LA,
know.
San Francisco, Phoenix, Dallas, Houston, Miami. We've been through this shit. We know they don't publicize their dirt like that. When
Nah.
they really want a nigga off the block, when they really, David Barksdale is a prime example. They kick his fucking door in the middle of the night and give him a
And
fucking hot shot.
exactly. That's it. That's what they gonna do. And they plant the drugs, they plant the guns and shit, and that's probable cause. They're not doing this shit on camera. They not. I mean, that's just logical thinking. But again, we
Now
get
look,
so emotional and that fucks us up.
now look. You pull the bureau, the Justice Department Bureau of Justice statistics report, right? For every black person killed by the police, 4 or 5 white people killed by the police. But we don't never get up in arms about that shit. As looking like we look, we know why we don't. We don't give fuck that shit. We gonna get treated worse than they getting treated. We automatically know this from years of experience, but we ain't never stopped to investigate who in the fuck is these motherfuckers called the police and what the fuck they doing here.
Exactly.
Who is
Cause
these judge motherfuckers telling me that I gotta go sit in the cage for the next 25 years? Where the fuck they get this juice from?
and who gave it to
Who
them?
gave them all this juice?
Yeah,
You know,
I
so
didn't. That's my thing. I don't need nobody to police me. I'm my own fucking police. What you gonna do for me?
now, goddamn right. Because if you got the code of righteousness written in your heart, you're gonna do what you know is right, regardless of how anybody feel about it.
Exactly.
And that's what they tell you.
Exactly.
Now, it tell you in their book the structure of their system, the setup of the courts, the setup of the judiciary is all right there in Exodus and Leviticus.
Facts.
Numbers, I think, in Deuteronomy. They got the whole structure of the court. They tell you in their book, Judah is the judges. But now, they don't tell you is that all of Israel was wiped out except for a small remnant of the tribe of Dan and Judah that became one tribe, and that's why they only looking for one tribe, the tribe of Judah. Now, to take it a step further, the tribe of Judah is the tribe of Yoda. Yoda is the one that they call Thoth, Jehuti, who we know him in our culture, you know what I'm saying, as the Baron, the keeper of the scales of justice. Under Egypt, he's called, he comes in three forms. He comes Anubis, he comes Heru, and then he comes Osiris. But he's the incarnation of wisdom that infuses the individual's mind to see through the bullshit. Because he ain't going to take sides. If you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong.
Facts. That's it.
You know? So, during the hierarchy of the earth spirits, we all have to use this voodoo. Because that's what the only thing the motherfuckers are scared of. Because they know our power lies in our ability to tap into our heritage and into the spirit force that drives us as a melanated people. They call it voodoo. All it is balancing yourself with nature.
That's it.
Because when you balance with nature, it starts forcing those around you to balance to nature. That's what they become resistant to, because the imbalance feels normal, the balance don't.
Absolutely.
You know,
and it's
so
uncomfortable.
Right. It ain't supposed to feel good. If it feels
Until
good,
you're
it
done
wouldn't be
with
called growth. No pain, no gain, right?
Exactly.
What the Marines say? Pain is weakness leaving the body.
I was just about to say that. Pain is weakness leaving the body, baby. You ain't even got to worry about it. Once that pain is gone, and actually, pain is just a state of mind. Anytime I hit my foot or I cut myself, I turn that fucking pain off. I'm good. Nah, you don't think about it, it ain't happening.
I go into the pain. I be trying to say, like, exactly what little section of my toe hurt. Is it the whole toe? I be examining the pain from the inside. I be trying to find the epicenter. Because I be trying to get so familiar with the pain that when I do feel it, I'll be like, oh, okay, now I can turn that shit off.
Yeah. And
like
people don't realize, yeah, you can do that. You know what? That's what I started doing. I told my daughter, just breathe through the pain. Breathe through it. You got it. Don't even worry. Breathe through it. It's going to go away. Give it 2 minutes, not even a minute. Just take your deep breaths, feel it, and release it. She's like, Mommy, it works. I know it does. You good. You are God, baby. Ain't nothing down here can bring you pain except for you. That's it.
Yeah.
And you just got to allow it.
When we do the spiritual work, this is the part where the fallback come in. When the spiritual work done, it's a rumble in the physical world. We seen that already when they was trying to get us to act chaotic and ride the wave in a negative manner, right? But then after that becomes what you call the lull before the storm. I mean, before all of this shit come rolling in, it get quiet.
And that's where we at right now.
Then here it comes.
Sit down.
Right. So that, and so when they see us, you know, you being a life coach, me, I just be on here dropping knowledge so motherfuckers ain't got to pay to get information on what's taking place, right? So we coming from two different pursuits, but we have an underlying agenda, essentially. And when we get to falling back, people start getting scared. They start, well, why ain't nobody telling us what's going on right now? Right now is the time where you're supposed to sit back, barbecue in your backyard, listen to your blues and your gospel, whatever you listen to, and do your dancing, you know what I'm saying? Light your incense, you know what I'm saying? Turn your music up loud, disturb your fucking neighbors, all that kind of shit.
Facts.
Right? Celebratory, because you celebrate the incoming of the new energy. It comes.
Old 2-bar cane. He bumped straight, so they hung his ass. Look. Port of an Incan nobleman and his sons. Remember I told you that the attire was noble? Coin of Francis II and Mary Stuart in 1558. You can't tell me this ain't no nigga hair. Yahawashi Hills, 1320 to 1330 Italy. Right? This is Italian. Nigga, 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 nigga. And this is one of the queens of Europe who was a mulatto. See if I can find her name. Her name ain't on there. Now look. A fake Jew. He's a Khazarian. Right? Just so y'all know. Now look here. This is Charlotte. Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz of Germany. Sophia Charlotte was born on 19th of May, 1744, which is all Masonic in name. Her name Masonic, her birthday Masonic. She was the youngest daughter of Duke Charles Louis Frederick of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, Prince of Miro. When I was telling them Moors in our debates about Miro, they didn't believe me. And his wife, Princess Elizabeth Albertine of Saxe-Hildburghausen. Right? So it's telling you who she is. In Britain, she was the queen consort of the United Kingdom as a wife of King George III. Now, this is a motherfucker. Now, look. King George III, the one that started the Bar Association. Him. In Savannah, Georgia. So we gonna go to the Bar Association. I want to see if okay, I see like yeah. Okay, so Savannah was established in 1733. It was another 100 and something years before the Bar Association came about. Civil War. So let me go up here to the searching page so I can expedite things and say. No. So wait on this page. This is the Savannah Bar Association home. Let's see if they got their history. It was 1863 when they was founded. Contact. No. Look. I don't know if this is it. Savannah in the Civil War, chronology of key events. Okay, go to quick search. Here. No, it's not on here. Well, I'm gonna show y'all the booklet so y'all know what to look for. It's not showing up. I'm gonna have to put it on my page as a reference. But the name of it is called The History of the Bar in America. It's actually an underground book. It's probably why I couldn't find it on Amazon. But somebody probably will have it and post it in the comments. But it tells you where the bar started at. Now, let's get into the slave revolts. Now, this is where we start getting into the islands and understanding the Middle Passage. Now, that was pretty heavy, Corey. I was just reading what Corey, Deshaun Blackman said. Okay, so I'm going through my comments, making sure. Alright, so now we look at the slave revolts, because this is where you get to understand that, like for instance, Kanye said, it seemed like a choice. This is what he's talking about, because we stopped fighting. Somewhere along the line, we stopped fighting. Because we always fought this shit. We didn't take this shit laying down. Watch this. The first recorded slave revolt in the United States happened in Gloucester, Virginia in 1663, which is also a Masonic code. An event involving white indentured servants as well as black slaves. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. It's right here in our face. In 1672, there were reports of fugitive slaves forming groups to harass plantation owners. The first recorded all-black slave revolt occurred in 1687. Now look up here, right? 1663, blacks and the whites together was revolt. But down here, 14 years later, or 24 years, let me see, what was it? Yeah, 24 years later, the niggas on their own. Virginia was a host of several thwarted uprisings, including one in Richmond in 1800 and Spottsville County in 1851, but the state was also the scene of the most notorious slave rebellion in American history, Nat Turner's Rebellion. Right? Now, everybody know about Nat Turner. I had a knock from Nat Turner where he wanted me to show the Atlantic Palace of the rising sun, the black cloud consuming the white cloud in the sky, telling us it was time to get ready for the changing of the guard, according to Nat Turner's message to the Atlantic Palace of the rising sun. Look, Nat Turner was self-educated and prone to religious visions, which fueled his belief that a day of judgment was coming. In 1831, he enlisted the help of several other men to rebel. In the morning hours of August the 22nd, right? That's a master number, and August is a specific month, the 8th month, right? Nat Turner and his group murdered their masters and his family after swelling into size to about 60 slaves by afternoon. With more killing and face-off with a white posse, the group scattered, and Virginia prepared for war. In the aftermath, about 60 slaves were executed, right? So then you go in that. Turner hid in the hole for a month and a half before discovery. Brought to trial, he was hanged a week later. John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia in 1859 was inspired in part by Nat Turner's rebellion. Now, John Brown was the white boy. I wonder if they're going to show us a picture. Abolitionist John Brown leads a small group on a raid against a federal army in Harpers Ferry, Virginia, now West Virginia, in an attempt to start an armed slave revolt and destroy the institution of slavery. This is a white boy now. This is a white boy. I'm trying to get his picture. Okay. So now, New York slavery. Now they told y'all slavery was only in the South, and I've been telling people that the Union Jack and Old Glory mean the same shit. So if you got the red, white, and the blue, or if you got the gray with the stripes on it called the Union Jack, what they call the flag of the South, they mean the same shit. To protest the Union Jack and not protest Old Glory, you a